This is John Citroni here with the Horror Channel with the cast of the Human Centipede. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hey, my name is Akihiro Kitamura. What's up? I play Katsuro.
My name is Ashley C. Williams. I play Lindsay, the middle piece.
And I'm Ashlyn Yenny. I play Jenny, and she's the ass of the Human Centipede.
All right, we'll start with the easy questions first. How did you guys get involved in this project?
The Tom Six, the director, told me we had a meeting, and he said, "Hey, so the beautiful girl is gonna be attached to your ass." And I said, "Yeah, I will do it, man. I do it."
Okay, and you?
I was just living in New York and, went to an audition, and Tom Six sat me down, showed me a blue piece of paper with, the drawings on it. He's like, "Are you easily shocked?" I said, "No, but show me what you have," and the rest is history, I saw girls, coming in and out being like, "What the fuck is this? A porn film or whatever," but I stuck it through.
Nice.
I actually was cast 2 weeks before we started shooting. I did not meet Tom until I got to Holland, so I only met his the producer, his sister Alona. So I went in the audition and I watched girl after girl walk out, and it's just the whole history of watching girl after girl say no and yell at Tom and freak out at Alona, and then so I think we were the only two girls that were like, "Yeah, we'll do it." Sure, okay.
All right, I don't know who wants to field this question, but decorum on the set. Let's just be straight up. How was the mouth-ass scenes filmed without putting you guys in jeopardy of communicable diseases, let's say?
We weren't attached really. We had this plaster. They made a molding of Aki and my butts, and we'd have
It was shorts that they put on, and inside the short was a fake butt, and then there was a bite that we bit down on.
Yeah, we were inches from each other's
and so
asses.
And we were all very clean people, so it was we trusted each other. Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you what rehearsals were like, but we'll just skip over that one.
Rehearsals.
We didn't go be a centipede. We were like,
you don't rehearse.
So part of the horror was actually real. It was happening to you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let me ask you what if and I don't want to kind of intellectualize this too much, but is there an overarching message or theme of the film?
Theme of the film.
There's been a lot of comparisons to Joseph Mengele and genetic research and the progress of science, and do you feel like this is more of a? I know it's part one of a.
The parallel of the German versus the Japanese in the film,
and the Americans, World War II,
and all that stuff. So there's a lot of, and I've actually heard this because the next film, everyone is completely British in the cast.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and so Tom had said
That's the second of the three parts, right?
And so people had said okay, well there's the German and there's the Japanese, but where's the English? And so I'm like, Tom, you're so smart. I'm like, you're really.
You had something to say about that, were you?
No. He was saying German versus Japan. So, but we in World War II we actually fight together.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting when I was acting with Dieter. We had that kind of a self-respect because of that. So I think the World War II definitely had a little part in the movie.
When now I know that the gentleman who plays the director I'm sorry, Dr. Wright. Yes, it's been a kind of a really well acclaimed performance. Yeah.
He's done over 60, maybe up to 75 films, and I think Ashley and I heard her talking about this yesterday, that I think this is the one role that has made him a star. That this is the one. He's probably the worst villain that I have ever seen in a horror film.
Comparable to Hannibal Lecter, that level of.
But just by looking at him, you're just I don't even know if I should talk to you. But he's
perfect. Time in real life, Dieter is an amazing man. He's just so sweet and so wonderful. But it's weird to think this man's lifespan or the career span has been since he was in his 20s. So it's been over 45 years. This is his biggest role to date, and it's amazing. And he
kind of like Scorsese not getting an Oscar until 3 years ago.
Leo's still waiting for his. It's because they do so many films, and it's one of those things. Dieter, this was a role where most people didn't ever see him in horror films. Where Tom doesn't really watch horror films, saw Dieter's face and was like, "Oh my God, you are so a scary doctor," So.
Well, I wanted to ask you something. Now, having not seen this film, of course, because I live in Jacksonville, Florida, which is the most conservative town in Florida, did not open there. I haven't seen it, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But what is the fate of the Centipede?
great.
Not good.
It's not good. It turns pretty bad.
We'll say it this way. It's 100% medically accurate, but they cannot survive.
And that's butt with 2 T's.
But with 2 T's, yes. So that's the thing. Like, you could do the surgery, but could people actually live this way? Absolutely not.
One final question from each of you. What's your favorite horror film?
Hostel. Every Irairos movie I love. Irairos. Let's walk.
Oh God.
Are you gunning for a role here? Is that what that's all about? In his next film, is that what that was all about?
Yeah. I was Irairos, me and him,
Okay. Well, we'll do our best to see that he gets this video.
It's gonna sound weird, but I really love Pan's Labyrinth, and I don't know if you would classify that as a horror film, but to me it was like horrifyingly beautiful, and I don't know, I like films like that, so yeah.
I have 3, and they're all along the same level. They're The Exorcist, Psycho, the original with Alfred Hitchcock, because I just think that was so innovative when he did it at the time that he did it, and then Rosemary's Baby. So those are my 3 favorite. Also, I studied film genre, so I knew those films. So.
Any aspirations to be Scream Queens, or do you want to move on to something else?
Actually, I have another film that's coming out next week that I just did, a horror film. So, yeah, I'm kind of dubbed as the Scream Queen right now. It's called Fetch. Yeah, and it comes out next week. And then I did do another film that's a horror film. I can't talk about it. And it's like, yeah. So I'm like, it's like 3 in a row. I'm like, all right, I'm good. Like, let's try something cooler.
Sure. You know, I don't have any horror film. Well, actually, I'm scheduled to start filming another film in April of next year in England. So that should be fun, but can't talk about that either.
Scream Queen aspirations?
I want to get brutally murdered in horror film, please.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you so much.